Hey, Quinisa, got your email about number 21, so I'm just going to do a quick video on that. All right, so the idea here is you're multiplying. Okay. So you're multiplying radicals where some of the radicals have a part outside and a part inside. Also, you have two terms times two terms, so you're going to wind up using that kind of FOIL idea where you distribute the 7 throughout and then the square root of 5 throughout. Okay. Now, this is the step I really don't want you writing, but I'm going to show it to you while I talk it out. I want you getting from the beginning to this next step. So you take the 7 and distribute it. So positive 7 times a negative 4, that would be negative. Okay, then you're going to come back over and do square root of 5 times positive 5. So you're going to have a 5 outside and then a square root of 5. Then you're going to take, well, let me write it. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and write this step out like I was going to. Then you have a positive times a negative, which is negative, square root of 5 times 4 square root of 5. It's best if you don't write that out because it's really easy to miss what goes with what. But instead, as you're doing it, to be thinking, okay, when I do these two, 7 and 5, they're just numbers. They're both like just regular numbers. So that'll be 35. Okay, then you're going to do 7 times the 4 square root of 5. So that's going to be a minus 28 square root of 5. The reason for that is the 7 and the 4. The 7 and the 4 are both in front of or outside of the radical. Neither one's underneath. So they'll just get multiplied together out in front. All right, when you come over here, the square root of 5, the 5's on the inside. This 5 is on the outside. So that's going to be plus 5 square root of 5. And then over here, we wind up having 5 and this 5 being on the inside. So you basically have a 4 and then a square root of 5 and another square root of 5. So these are both on the inside. So they get multiplied back underneath. Okay. So I'm asking you to try to get to where you don't write that middle step and you just keep in mind the idea that the inside the radical gets multiplied by inside on the other radical, and that the outsides stay with outsides. You still have to FOIL. You still have to get 4 terms. I'm not just saying do the outside 2 and the inside 2. You still have to FOIL, but as you do this step right here is what that applies to. Keep the insides together, and then keep what's out in front together, okay? And then at this point, you look and you notice these are like terms. So that'd be 35 minus 23 square root of 5. Square root of 25 is 5. Okay, so we have minus 20 right there. And then the 35 and the 20 are like terms. So 35 minus 20 would be 15. And you'd get 15 minus 23 square root of 5. And you have to know to stop at that point. Just like if it had been 15 minus 23x. You know, those don't go together because this one doesn't have an x on it. So you have to also know when to stop. Okay, so that's your answer. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this and get it sent to you.